Hey there, welcome to another episode of Curious Intern. This podcast is about asking questions and answering them. Just where I share my opinions on general questions or things people would ask, and I would ask back from people that I feel have more knowledge than me, and then give my own and give my responses I get and my response too. And I've just realized that I feel like that's what I'm going to be doing now for our next episodes. Be explaining what my podcast is. I feel like I should remind people why it's called Curious Intern. Oh, the intern. I think I'm going to be changing it. Before I was thinking that because of, as per nursing, I'm an intern when I started it. But I feel like it should be deeper than that. You get me? So as we go, we'll understand why I was led to name it Curious Intern. But the curious part has been taken care of. So now, today's episode is something that was interesting to me while Bible studying. It was something about faith, but that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about believing or doubting, in the sense that something happened to you, and then because of that thing that happened to you, decided to just generalize it. For example, someone broke my heart, and then because the person broke my heart in this particular manner, I just decide other guys are going to break my heart. You get. So while doing Bible study, my dad made an example that said, why do we sit on chairs without checking the strength of the chair? Like, why do you enter a church or a gathering and just sit down without checking whether that chair can carry you? But then you realize that some people that sit down on chairs, maybe the chair is bad, they didn't know, and they just sat down, and then just, an accident happened. But then they'll stand up and then they'll still sit down in that chair. Why didn't they start checking that chair to see whether it's strong or not? Or in their mind, they just believe that chairs would carry them, no matter how big, fat. They don't even bother to check what size they are at all, because whether they're fat or big or anything, the chair, they just automatically believe that it will carry them. And it's so interesting that that's how small things or inanimate things, we believe or trust in them. When it comes to situations or life, or I said life, when it comes to situation or people, we find it hard to do that. We like to generalize things. People have minds of their own. People have opinions and choices they can make by themselves, but inanimate cannot. So it's easier and it makes more sense when you generalize chairs, tables, that okay, because this chair can carry this size, it should definitely carry me. It should definitely carry that person. It's easy and it makes more sense. But when it comes to human being or situations where a lot of things are in place, why do that? Trauma is different. I am not talking about trauma. Some people are very sensitive, and yes, they can be traumatized, and because they've been traumatized by it, they decide not to ever follow that path, or they decide not to go close to such things. That is understandable. There are some choices that people make based on other people's experiences, or based on their experience with certain people, and they just decide that that's how it's going to be. Because you're a Yoruba person, worked with an Igbo person, and they did not flow, you decide to just generalize them. Same thing. I'm just talking about it generally. I'm not pointing fingers. I'm just letting us realize that this is what happens. I believe in benefit of the doubt, giving some benefit of doubt. Show me one side, then as time goes on, if you continue to be what I seem you to be, no problem. I like to observe, and I want everybody to try as much as possible to be like that too. Be patient in the gathering. Observe how people are at that first. That's why they say first impression matters. But let's not even generalize. Let's just say most of the time. Because some people, it could be they had their first impression, it's not their real self. Maybe something happened at home, and then it made them to just become something else at that particular point. So it's when you now get to know them that you now know, oh, so you're not even like that. Then why did you behave to me that way? The person say, oh, so thing happened to me. That's what happened. Do you get? And so that's why we're still in emotional intelligence. If somebody's emotionally intelligent, he or she would know just because something happened at home does not mean it should reflect in the day-to-day activities of your life. You would not allow the situation that happened before to affect how you would come and interact with people later, especially if these are strangers to you. Imagine just because they shouted at you at home or they screamed at you at home, when you go to work or to school, you're now transferring aggression. Kini, that's not intelligence. So don't do such things. Though, yeah, by the way, the podcast topic is to believe or doubt. That's what I'm talking about. It's either you believe that this would happen, or you start doubting people. You live your life doubting, yeah, because one person did something to you or one situation turned out that way. So every time that situation comes up, you're going to keep doubting it. You're not going to trust it. I'm not saying, in fact, trust is a big word, so let me not use the word trust. But what I mean is, you're always going to doubt. Is it the opposite of doubt, trust? I feel like it is, but it's not believe. So I mean believe. Anyway, because something happened to you, you will not come and trust or come and believe somebody would change or be different. So give it, be friends. That's why in relationships are very dicey. If someone breaks your heart, which I don't even know why someone should break your heart or why you would give someone the opportunity to break heart. I still feel like I'm going to talk about heartbreak one time because it's knowledge. It's really knowledge or understanding of certain things that would allow you to avoid situations like that or in the first place. Let's not talk about that. But if somebody did break your heart and then you meet someone new, because of the experience you've had before, you will not be very scared of trying it again. You will not be able to come out very well, which is understandable. But does not mean that if the person is trying to be nice and you say, oh, you are deceiving me, or you are lying to me. Do you understand? No, instead, before you even say you want to start with that new person, be friends, get to know this person with how he or she interacts with others, how he or she interacts with his family. Like, just find out everything overview. We're not saying you're marrying this person, but we're saying because of yourself, so that you will not come and be disbelieving what that person is doing to you when he or she is just being himself or being nice. You say, no, you are deceiving me. Don't just jump into the relationship. Kukuma, be friends. Do not ask for things or behave like in a certain way that people in a relationship should behave when you're not ready to commit, when you're not ready to answer to what he or she is going to offer you, when you're not even ready to give yourself out. Because a lot of people, once they've been hurt, they hold themselves back. And that when you hold yourself back and you meet someone who is ready to really give himself, it's going to really affect that relationship. I think I said really a lot, but I do mean really. While I was sitting in that Bible study, it was just running through my head that when people give that excuse, because of so thing happened, I can't trust Igbo men because I know what one Igbo man did to me, or I know what one Igbo family. That is okay. Those people made that choice. Those people without understanding made that mistake. But this person you are meeting, just allow the person to be. Not that your first initial reaction will be based off on what that experience you had. Do you understand? Because somebody hurt you before, this family that is even now moved into your compound. Because of that though, you will not greet. You say, I don't want trouble. Like, they just came. Calm down. So, as human beings or as believers, as people who have sense, we should try as much as possible to allow or believe that other people have sense too. I know a lot of people exist in this world that they don't have sense or they choose not to. But I want to believe that I'm talking to people who have a little knowledge, or knowledge at least, that is handful, that okay, this is what to do and what not to do. Just chill. My mom used to be like, she doesn't even, I don't know, that thing is just tribal, Nigeria, I don't know, that whole Yoruba not marrying Igbo, all this type of thing. So she used to be like that. But I have some Igbo friends that if I was going to marry them, she would not have issues with it. Because of the way their character, they were just okay. Like, what she thought about Igbo people based on her experiences, these people did not do that. And so it was a breath of fresh air for her. There are still some people that they did it to good and fine, no problem. But it was just a breath of fresh air that these people were not what she thought they were. So I'm just telling us that we should allow people to prove themselves to us. If they've not proved themselves that they are that you thought to, no problem. This is them. This is how they are. You have no problem with it. Or you just avoid. You have now known. Not that you start assuming or concluding on top of their head when they've not shown you that side of them. Please, even you yourself, as you're busy concluding and assuming for yourself, somebody too, they are concluding and assuming. If you not find out, you say, but I'm not like that. Boy, that thing's funny. You will be doing something for somebody else, but when they are doing it to you, you'll be like, why? That circle is just, I don't even know. But anyway, that was just something I wanted to share. And yeah, thank you for listening. Follow, like, share, comment. I don't know, it's like vloggers do that more. But I feel podcasters should do that too. Also, if you follow on Spotify, that's when you'll be able to be getting alerts on my new episodes. As I said before, Amy Monwa Shell, did I even speak that right? But I'm looking for my intern space. So as of now, I'm quite busy. But I would do justice and be committed, to this thing. When I see something out there and I question it, I'll come and tell you people what I've questioned. Why is the air so clear? Alright, bye. Thank you for listening again. Bye. God bless you.